Well, aloha mates. It's the GOAT here, the greatest of all time, sports traveler, the American, down under for some for some baseball. After a brief rain delay, I'm in Adelaide, near the coast, West Beach Road. Adelaide Giants against the Canberra Cavalry. 2-2 ball game in the top of the second inning. This is a Sunday. It is currently maybe about 1:15. Here's the rub. Canberra has to catch a flight. I believe it's 6 o'clock, so whatever the clearest inning is to 3:45. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. 5 innings is an official game in Australia baseball. Light wind here. You can see the grandstand behind me. Never would have thought it was raining cats and dogs about an hour ago, but it was. Looks like that's going to be the inning. While I'm here, I'm going to stay with you. So, Australia Baseball League has 6 teams in it. Used to have 8. There used to be a team in Geelong, which is in Victoria, and they used to have a team in New Zealand that apparently went bankrupt. That was in Auckland. So there's 6 teams in the Australia Baseball League. Adelaide, Canberra, Perth. These are all major cities. Perth's in Western Australia. Canberra is the capital of Australia. Adelaide is in South Australia, where I am currently, and it is 7 January, by the way, 2024. And by the way, this hat has nothing to do with Australia baseball. However, this is the hey hey for Collingwood. This is the hat of the New York Yankees of Australian rules football, of which the GOAT saw. That would be me on 30 September 2023. Yes, I've been traveling for many, many months. More on that in a minute. This is a cap for fans of the Australian rules football team. So, 3 remaining teams in the Australian Baseball League. You got a team in Sydney, a team in Melbourne, and then you also have a team in Brisbane. And Brisbane will host the Olympics in 2032. That would be the Summer Games. Melbourne and Sydney have previously hosted the Olympics. So Adelaide, Perth, and Canberra, much smaller cities. So those are your 6 teams that are in the Australia Baseball League. The season, I want to say it's maybe 17 weeks. They only play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, depending upon travel schedules, things of that nature. Usually they play doubleheader. First game 7 innings, second game 9 innings. Last Saturday I was in Sydney, where the crazy guy there threw a water balloon at my nuts. You'll have to watch that video. That was a doubleheader. First game was 7 innings. Later in this trip, hoping to go to Canberra and Perth. Been to Melbourne before, and I've been to, what other city am I missing here? I've been to all the teams in this league. So this is my second trip to Australia for baseball. I came in late 2001, early 2002. Actually saw the under-18 national championships. A lot of MLB scouts back then went to that tournament, even more go to it now, because Australia baseball has really improved. This league has certainly helped. There's a lot of Japanese players that are in this league, and certainly if you know about Japanese baseball culture, they really focus on the fundamentals, discipline. There's no surprise why Japan has won the World Baseball Classic practically every year. The USA's won it once, and the Dominican has won it once. Japan's won it every other time. I think there's been 5 classics as of today, 7 January 2024, and fly ball to center field, caught. One out here in the bottom of the second. Adelaide in the red, the home team. So Japan, the fundamentals, this is really helping the Aussies here. There's some American former players here, but I think the Japanese influence is very huge here, and Korean ball players. In fact, Geelong had a tie with the Korean League. It's a shame that they stopped playing there. And of course the New Zealand team went bankrupt. But there's only 20 million people in this whole country. That's like half the state of California population. It's not very big. Don't quote me on those numbers, but that's pretty accurate. So just got to look behind me so I don't get hit by a home run in the back of my head. But the wind is blowing in, so I don't think the ball is going to be coming out this far. There was a hard hit ball in the bottom of the first inning that went to probably the deepest part of the park there, left center field, but the wind had died down then. So Australia baseball, a niche sport here, kind of akin to, I would say, skateboarding in the U.S., any of the X Games sports, very niche sport. Of course, remember, you have to understand the U.S. has much different population. It's hard to even compare But Australia is the America of the Pacific, of Oceania, the economic engine, the most developed sporting facilities, and I've been impressed. I was at the basketball game last night here in Adelaide. The team's like terrible this year. They had a sellout. It was the largest crowd ever. They beat Melbourne, one of the better basketball teams. Bounce back the first, 2 out here in the bottom of the second inning. So wind has picked up a little bit, having a great time. I've been traveling since 22 August. Put that in perspective. 22 August. Did you think the Texas Rangers were going to win the World Series in 22 August? We weren't sure the Texas Rangers were going to make the playoffs in 22 August 2023. 2023, that's right. It's 7 January 2024 as I shoot this video. I left San Diego on 22 August for the Philippines for the Basketball World Cup, of which Germany beat Serbia. And the USA finished 4th, losing to Canada, which won 3rd. So that's how long I've been traveling. So I am looking forward to going back to America's, check that, the world's finest city, San Diego, on 14 January after day 1 of the Australian Tennis Open. Hoping to see tennis here tomorrow in Adelaide here. Airport is behind me more or less, probably about 5 kilometers. City is due that direction. The beach is over here. So we're kind of on the road toward the beach. As you can see, the sun is in and out. The forecast called for scattered clouds. So having a great time here, but looking forward to going home. Gotta be honest with you. There's no place like San Diego. If you've not been to San Diego, what is wrong with you? Visit. Maybe you'll even meet me, the GOAT, the greatest of all time sports traveler, the granddaddy, the Pope, the King. I've seen sports in more than 80 countries. Heck, I've seen more than 80 different sports in more than 80 countries across 6 continents. And yes, even froze my testicle off in Antarctica, but I had a great time there. So having a great time here also in Australia. That is the end of the inning, a 1-2-3 inning. The GOAT shall sign off now. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's the GOAT in Adelaide. Down under, mate, for some baseball. Over and out.